Robert Seidman, Professor of Law Emeritus.
Ann Seidman. I'm an adjunct professor of law.
We first went to Africa in 1962. I went to a Columbia Law Review reunion banquet and was shooting my mouth off about how dull I found the practice of law. It wasn't what I really wanted to do. And there was a guy there from the Ford Foundation that was busy looking to recruit some warm bodies to ship to African law schools. The moral to that is don't open your big mouth at banquets, because we found ourselves with 5 children suddenly in Ghana. And all I knew about Ghana when I started out was that it wasn't Guyana. Guyana was in Latin America. Ghana was in Africa. That much I knew.
There's a conference on South Africa rising. I became aware of the importance of law because I was interested in the unification of Africa. It's a country larger than the United States and China and Europe all together. It made such good sense. But to this day, as you may have noted, they haven't gotten together. And what I realized is that unless they developed a legal framework within which they could work together, they probably would not be able to take advantage of, first of all, the importance of using law to change the institutions that were imposed on them by colonial rule, and secondly, to create new institutions that would bring them together.
This whole legislative theory that we've developed, we don't start off with a vision of what the world should be like. You start off with a detailed examination of what's going on in the society right now. And then you try and see in what way a change in the law can change the behaviors which constitute the social problem. That's the whole game.
One of the reasons why we've been invited everywhere, whether it's China or Africa or wherever, that people have been very interested in this. How do you use law to facilitate development, democratic social change, as the manual says? So this one is from the Russian. This one is from where? Vietnam, I think. I don't know the languages myself. This one is from China. I'm not sure.
I started to work here in 1976. I think the main reason was that Ann was having considerable trouble getting a job at the University of Wisconsin, where I was teaching.
Because they'd never hired a woman in economics.
I was going to say, it's because the economics department had never hired a woman. And
that was
we
in the old
hoped
days.
that maybe we could do better in Boston. But not so was going to develop. There are some courses. I enjoy working with the students.
I think we both do. That's really fun.
By the time the law students in BU Law School, they're very bright and alert, and the ones who take the subjects we teach, which are legislative drafting and law and development in the third world, they're really interested.
So I studied, I majored in the international political economy.
And you learn, every time you work with students, you learn some more. I mean, you get new insights. Not only I hope that they do, but we do.
So maybe you guys could tell me how you met.
Well, that's easy. I was rooming with her brother at Harvard. Ann's family had acquired a 52-foot schooner, and Ann and her 2 sisters were going to spend the summer on the boat. And they wanted somebody to babysit the boat and babysit Ann and her sisters.
My sister, one sister. Just Ola.
And one sister. At any rate, we were sailing in Long Island Sound. I was then 18 years old, and Ann was 12.
No,
and
you were 19 and I was 13. But anyway,
right.
Time was passing.
Anyhow, and it was a very calm day, and the main boom started to jibe. And I reached out to stop it, which I thought I could, but I couldn't, and it carried me overboard. And there I was in the middle of Long Island Sound, and the boat was sailing away, and the oldest person on board was 12 years old, which was Ann. But Ann managed to put the boat about and come up alongside and pick me up quite nicely. And then I had to marry her. What else could I do?
For me, working together and being able to talk about it makes it just fun. Oh, Sue sent us the class outline, Bob.
It's a mixed bag for the students. It's got good side and a bad side. The good side is that they get two opinions on their papers and other questions. The bad side is that they get two opinions.
If you Google Somalia and you Google their history,
Working together gives you an opportunity to, when you're going for a walk or you're sitting around dinner, you can talk about these things as part of the world that you live in and get new insights just that way. So it's fascinating and a way of coming closer and closer together, which I think over the last 65 years we've done.